something that did happen last year as well. We haven't done. It's another shape that we need. Right, so we know from last lesson the area of a rectangle is width times length, and you did this yesterday. So just as a little example, if we've got a rectangle that is 5 by 3, the area is 5 times 3, which is 15 square units, yeah? All right. But something else we need, before we can do a trapezoid or a trapezium, is something called a parallelogram. A parallelogram? So a parallelogram, so on the squares of your paper, I don't know why you're drawing freehand, because I'm giving you all of them. Okay? Go across and up, doing 3 squares. Okay? And then we'll go across 5, across 5 from the bottom, and then across and up through 3 squares, like that. Yeah. This is called parallelogram. Okay? The area of a parallelogram is, does anyone remember? It's kind of like rectangle, width times length, apart from the fact that you have, it can be the length, but instead of the width, it's actually the height.
No, I thought it was.
Do you remember the formula for a triangle was its base times its height, but divided by 2, yeah? Well, a parallelogram is just the base times the height, without the dividing by 2. All right? So it's very similar to a rectangle, but a rectangle is width and length. So we don't use the sides of a parallelogram. So for example, a little parallelogram, if I just sketch one. Okay, let's say this was 5, this is 4, but this is 3. What's the area of this parallelogram?
Oh, it's oh, it would be 15.
It would be 15, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it's the
5 times 3, 15. Why do I have the 4 there? It's just there, yeah. Yeah, like
It's like the outside of each one.
yeah, that's how we actually get the area from the. Because if you were to cut that off, um, you've probably done this before. If you cut that off, that's a triangle, right? If we then take that triangle and put it over here, what shape is it? So if I were to if I cover that over, let's take that away. What shape do I have? It's just a rectangle, yeah? So that's why it's but it's that length, base, height. So it's very similar, but it's not just the length of the side. So be very careful with a parallelogram that you don't like. So this one here, let's put a note. the side length 4 is not required to work out the area. So the 5 is the base, and the 3 is the height. Yeah. Okay. You now have the formula for the area of parallelogram. You don't have a formula for the area of trapezoid. Well, let's see. So here's a trapezoid. Yeah? Trapezoid? And you've got another one. I'm going to ask you to use these two and the knowledge I've just put up there to see if you can work out a formula for the area of a trapezoid. You might choose to open the book back up to the page I says. That might give you some guidance. I'm not going to tell you it. I'm going to see if you can work it out today. Okay, see if you can work. Is you put your two trapezoids together, and you will have labelled that an A, this a B. This will have been labelled A. This will have been labelled an A. This will have been a B. This will be A. You might have it upside down. You can see it. Okay. It says in the task, you now have a shape. Is that shape? If I get rid of that line, it is a parallelogram. What I have, I only want half the parallelogram. So we could start by saying the area of the trapezoid is equal to half of the parallelogram. Yeah? Make sense? Because it's only half of it. So what's the area of this parallelogram? So the area of the parallelogram, what's the formula again?
Height times base times height.
Base times height. We know that. Do we have the height?
No. No, we don't.
This is here. Here's the height. I don't know the number, but it's the height. That's the height. What's the base of the parallelogram? Yeah.
B.
Where is it? Okay. So this length here is the base. Yeah, that's the base. But do we have any labelling for that base? Look at your
Height times height divided by 2.
Is B the length of the base?
Yes.
No. Not half of it, because B is longer than A.
You have to do B times 0.7.
What's A? A completes the base. B and A. How do we write B and A? B plus A times the height. You're not paying attention here, are you? No, you're not. You can lie as much as you like. You're not paying attention. But it makes sense. You were close to it. At least you mentioned these. Okay. But that is a parallelogram. I only want half of it. So what is the area of the trapezoid?
Half
Half of that, yeah?
divided by 2.
So we want the A and B, B plus the A, all of that times by the height. and divide that by 2. We can see why it's divided by 2, because we only want half of that. Okay? You see now how having this paper in front of you shows you that. Yeah? Because it's repeated, right? You can see if we've got 2 exactly the same, they have to be exactly the same, because if I make 2 different, it's not going to work. Right? Because if I don't have 2 exactly the same, when I rotate them, they don't form a parallelogram. We have the formula for a parallelogram, we don't have the formula. If I didn't make them the same, instead it comes down the trapezoid. So we still not know how to do it. But it was important that we had 2 trapezoids and trapezoids exactly the same, because if they're exactly the same, we can divide the parallelogram into 2 pieces. Divide it. Okay. Well, how does that help us? Well, that is now a formula, which I do not need to spend 15 minutes explaining. Okay. What I do need to do, however, is look at my trapezoid and identify what the heights and the A and the B's are. Could you explain to someone what the A and B would be? So the B could be the base.
What area?
What? Look at your diagram. Look at this. What is the B and what is the A? B could be the base. A is not going to stand for something. It's not A for apple. A is the top. Okay, that's better, isn't it? B could be the base. A could be top. H is the height, right? The distance between A and B. So let's have a look at that. So if we were to draw another trapezoid, okay, and this actually works for all trapezoids now. If I said to you this was 10, and this was 6, and the height there is, let's say, 3. Okay, 6 centimetres, 3 centimetres, 10 centimetres. What is the area of this trapezoid? No, you don't need to, because you won't have any. Yes. 5 writing one. Okay, how can we apply our formula to work out that?
So is the top and it's the bottom?
A is that one, B is that one, this one is H.
Oh, so it would be 6 plus 10
6 plus 10
times
times 3,
6 times.
but then divide by 2. What's that? 16 times 3 divided by 2. Now, for those of you that really know your order of operations, we know we can do division and multiplication in either order. So I could just do 16 divided by 2 is 8. 8 times 3 is 24. So it'd be 24 square centimetres. That's how I know the area of that trapezoid. Scratch, penny, penny. It's enough time that most people are allowed to go, and you've got another 10 minutes. I will do it. Have you written all this down? It's funny how it's now that suddenly the people that were all chatty and messing around and laughing all gone.